We are observing Kartik Vrata, hearing Gajendra Moksa. Yesterday we heard. Now Gajendra is singing the glories of Supreme Lord. We heard that he has no name, no birth, no activities, no form, no faults, no qualities. All this we heard means no material. This, but he has many spiritual forms and astonishing activities. This we heard yesterday. Nama Atma Pradipaya Shakshine Paramatmane Namo Giram Viduraya Manasash Chetasam Api. I offer respects to the Lord who reveals the Jiva, who is the witness of the Jiva, Paramatma, and who is not approachable by the Jiva's words, mind or chitta. The Lord, Vishwanath Thakur commentary, the Lord is not understood by the mind and word of the Jiva. The Lord is the revealer of knowledge to the Jiva, Atma Pradipaya. That which is revealed does not know the nature of the revealer. From Bhagavatam, Deho Savok Shamanavo Bhutamatram Atmanam Anyam Chaviduh Paramyat Sarvan Sarvam Puman Veda Gunamscha Tadgyo Naveda Sarvagyam Anantam Ide. The body, life airs, senses, internal senses, gross elements, sense objects, do not know themselves or other things or the Jiva. The Jiva knows all these items and the gunas which cause them. He also knows Paramatma, but does not know the omniscient Lord. I worship that Lord with infinite qualities. This is from Bhagavatam 6th Canto. So here, Gajendra is saying, like these material elements, they are unconscious. They don't know themselves. Like our Gurudev said, this microphone does not come to say, I am Mike. But conscious being says, that is microphone. And I am I, and like this. So, like that, Supreme Lord knows the Jiva. But Jiva cannot know him unless without his grace. And Supreme Lord is the witness of the Jiva as Paramatma. Gurudev told, we may do some sinful activities in secret. Other people will not know. But Krishna knows everything. He's inside the heart. And not only that, he knows all our past lives also, what we did. Dhruva told to mother, when mother told him, don't be angry to your stepmother, because she's only instrumental. You did such behavior to someone before, and same suffering now you are getting. She's only instrumental. Then Dhruva said, no, mother, I did not do any such behavior. He was 5 years old. Then Mother said, not in this life, in some of your previous lives. Supreme Lord knows everything. He is the witness of all our actions. No one can do anything without his knowledge, and he is the giver of fruit. Others may be only instrumental, so it is out of ignorance that we are blaming others for our own sufferings. And that ignorance we have to remove and accept this truth, then we can worship Supreme Lord actually, otherwise it will not be possible. So he is the witness, and he can see even what we cannot see, or before we see, he already sees. We have so many things subconscious, and also we are outwardly oriented. We don't see who we are and him and transcendental, how everything that spirit, we don't see because we are looking externally with these senses. But he can see everything. And even our thoughts, what we have in our heart, even what we are not aware of, he can see, or he can see before and later on we will see when that will be, will come out. And our Gurudev said, some say, no, I'm very sincere, but I'm not getting the fruit of devotion. That is not true. We say we are sincere, and we may think, but we are, so many things are subconscious. We are not aware of what sort of all desires and tendencies are there. But if we can, like Dhruva, remove all that, then we will also get same fruit. We should not blame Supreme Lord. When really we will want him, then immediately we will get him because he's waiting, but we don't want. But we think I want, but so many things inside. So also by the grace of Supreme Lord, like when sun rises, then he will show himself and also all other things in proper perspective. Like that, by the grace of Supreme Lord, we can realize who I am, that I am his eternal servant. And Supreme Lord is not approachable by the jiva's material words, mind or chitta. Chitta, our Gurudev said, is store of thoughts, where thoughts are stored. And in some place, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, it is the attention, chitta is the attention where your focus is. So it is, sometimes it is described as this material element like mind, intelligence, chitta, and false ego. You will find in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Chaitanya, His Life and Precepts. And Guru says, store of all thoughts. Everything is there. So at the time of death, that will, what you are practicing and what all combined together, that will come to your mind. Someone will say, I will enjoy this world, then at the time of death I will just remember Krishna. It will not be possible. Because at that time, what will come is what is in your mind and heart, everything stored. So we have to clear this. Cheto Darpana Marjanam, all other thoughts except Krishna we should remove by chanting. And that does not mean that our we will reject everything. No, but our vision will become pure. We will see Krishna, and everything we will also see as before, but in proper perspective. What is non-eternal? What is eternal? What is the real nature of jiva, of living entity, of this matter? Only illusion will be removed. And what you have to do, and to whom everything belongs, from whom it comes, everything you will see as it is in reality. When illusionary perception is gone. So for this we need to, by chanting holy name without offenses, we have to clear our vision like a mirror. If there is dust or some dirt or like this on the mirror, then mirror will not show the proper picture. If you look, it will not reflect, but if it is clean, then you will see clearly. Like that, your vision will become clear beyond this illusion. And means by His grace, you will see also yourself, that I am Jiva, His eternal servant. I offer, this is still in the commentary, I offer respects to the Lord who cannot be understood, Viduraya, by the actions of the Jiva's consciousness, Chetasam. Conditioned Jiva cannot know by her consciousness, but when she has purified consciousness, then can see. And Kapil Bhagavan also told to Devahuti, mind or consciousness, that there also this word is used, Chetasam, Chetah. Chetah Kalo, that verse I forgot. Mind or consciousness is the cause of bondage, and mind is the cause of emancipation. When mind is attached to Supreme Lord, then that is emancipation or liberation. When mind is attached to three gunas, that is cause of bondage. So there, consciousness means that Cheta in that verse means the consciousness of the soul, pure soul. Actually, Jiva is only conscious, as we heard before. Body and mind and intellect and these elements, they are not conscious. Conscious being animates them and defines them. This is this, this is that. So the qualities of thinking, feeling and willing belong to Atma, not to this body. So Atma has that consciousness. And consciousness means free will. Consciousness means living being, and endowed with free will. We jivas have relative independence. We are small, relative, not absolute. So we can decide whether we want to serve Supreme Lord, then that is liberation for Jiva. She will be in her natural position or function. But if Jiva wants to enjoy this Maya, then will be enveloped by Maya and her consciousness will become polluted and cannot see properly. Like with these glasses, if there is dirt, you cannot see clearly. So when we are attached to Maya, then we forget who I am, to whom I belong, and all this. So with that impure consciousness, we are not able to understand Supreme Lord. Satvena pratilabhyaya naishkarmyena vipaschita namah kaivalya nathaya nirvana sukha sambhide. I offer respects to the Lord, who is attained by bhakti, performed by the devotee, free of material desires and endowed with knowledge, to the Master of liberation, to the Lord who has knowledge of the bliss of liberation. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, by what means should the Lord be understood? He can be attained by being a Vaishnava, Satvena. Sattva means the state of being sadhu proper. Pratilabhaya means unto the Lord who is attained by the devotee. Like Vachan and Prativachan, Labha and Pratilabha are paired and mean the devotee and the Lord. So unto him I offer my respects, who can be attained by pure devotee. Bhaktir asya bhajanam tat ihamutropadi naira siena musmin manakalpanam etat eve naishkarmyam. This is from Gopal Tapani Upanishad verse. Bhakti means worship of the Lord. When the mind thinks of the Lord without desires for enjoyment in this or the next life, it is called Naishkarmyam. Here, our Gurudev explained, Naishkarmya means without activity, actionless. But one cannot be actionless, actually, without being engaged in the service of Krishna, which is transcendental activities. Like Buddhists or Jnanis, they will also try to cease, stop all actions, all karma. But that false ego will not be uprooted. It will be suppressed. But when the next opportunity will come, it will come again. They will fall down and again they will want to do that. In the 6th canto, where Parikshit Maharaj is asking Shukadev Goswami about the Prayaschita, atonement for sins. Because in 5th canto at the end, he told about so many types of hellish planets or places where for which sin one will get such and such punishment. If you drink alcohol, then you will have to drink their hot iron. And for that sin, you will find descriptions there. So then Parikshit Maharaj said, but is it possible that one can be rescued from those reactions? Then Shukadev said yes. Then first he said about karma kant atonement. And Shukadev Goswami said, I see they are doing this. And after that atonement, they will again do the same thing, same sin. So I think that is useless. Then Shukadev said, yes, it is true. But there is another. Then he gave Jnana Kant Prayaschita, like Brahmacharya, Tapasya, Sadhyaya, all these Gyan, Dan, Samadhan, control over senses, Vairagya, all. Then he also gave example, like in bamboo forest, if you put fire then whole forest will be burnt to the ground. Nothing will remain. Like that, jnana will remove everything. Then Parikshit Maharaj said, yes, but I see when the next rain is coming, again that bamboo forest will grow because the root is still there inside. Then Shukadeva Goswami, yes, it is true. Even by Jnana Kant, one cannot be fully purified. One can be fully purified only by completely unconditionally surrendering to Krishna and doing actions to please him. And this type of surrender one will get at Purusha Nisevaya, by serving his pure devotee. That Sharanagati will awaken within us, which is the nature of the soul, by service of pure devotee. So by that action, devotion, here Gopal Tapani Upanishad said, that action is actually Naishkarmya fully, without any material activities. Even that suppressed or suspended, it is waiting, that is also removed by bhakti. It is uprooted totally, without any chance of reappearing. So Naishkarmya means actually devotion, without desires for enjoyment. Thus, the meaning is the Lord is attained by bhakti, performed by the devotee who is without material desires and endowed with knowledge, vipaschita. Endowed with knowledge means sambandha gyan. Who am I in relation to Krishna? And this matter in relation to Krishna, this sambandha gyan he has. Here also Gurudev explained Kaivalya. Generally, Kaivalya is used by mystic yogis, Ashtanga yogis, for merging into Paramatma. But here it is Kaivalya Nathaya, master of liberation. I am surrendering to him, means Supreme Lord. And also Kaivalya, Kaivalya can mean that thing, but in this case, it means Kevala Bhakti, only Bhakti. Why? Because later we will see that Narayan appeared to Gajendra and rescued him. That is possible only by bhakti. So Gajendra really had bhakti, otherwise Supreme Lord would not appear. So we'll see later, it will be more clear. Namah Shantaya Ghoraya Muraya Gunodharmine Nirvisheshaya Samyaya Namo Jnana Ghanaya Cha. I offer respects to the Lord, who is the forum of planets of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, having the material gunas, who is the impersonal, peaceful Brahman and condensed knowledge. Here, Bhishma Chakravarti Thakur, the Lord is here described as the universal forum, realized by the ignorant. He is the forum of sattvic planets, Shantaya. The Lord is also Brahman, realized by the Gyanis. Here, our Gurudev also gave another meaning. Here, this universal forum, that Vishwarup, you will find in second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Shukadeva Goswami actually starts instructing Parikshit Maharaj. First, he will describe this universal forum and how one should meditate that these mountains are this part of Supreme Lord and trees are his hairs and like this. Because we have only these senses and we are having such vision, So we have to start somewhere. If we hear from realized soul about the description of how he sees all these things, and we meditate on that in that way, then that will purify us. And gradually we can get higher and higher vision. So he started there. So that is for lowest type of meditation. So here it is said it is realized by the ignorant. Those who are very ignorant, they are not jnanis, or they did not open eyes, transcendental eyes. So with this vision they have to start meditating. Here Vishnu Chakur Thakur said, he is the foremost sattvic planet Shantaya. The Lord is also Brahman realized by the Gyanis. Our Gurudev here gave also another meaning, Namah Shantaya, that Krishna or Supreme Lord is very peaceful, and Ghoraya, very ferocious or very angry. We see in the case of Nrsimha Bhagavan, he was very angry on the Hiranyakashipu and other demons, and also he was angry on demigods. When first demigods approached Nrsimha, Supreme Lord, and they were praying that this Hiranyakashipu demon is oppressing us so much and he's taking all our powers and everything he's doing, then Vishnu said, yes, I know, everything I know what is going on. But he did that tapasya and he got boon from Brahma. So that is why this is going on. That I will tolerate. But when he will he will venture, he will have courage to kill my devotee, Prahlad. At that time, I will appear. That I cannot tolerate. Because Prahlad is thinking about the welfare of everyone. Yesterday or before yesterday, I told that only pure devotee, he is thinking about everyone's welfare by serving Krishna. I told that family and only his own family, and someone is taking care of whole village. So we see he's a very broad-minded, but from another point of view, he's a very narrow-minded or miser. But only pure devotee, he's thinking about everyone. So here, Supreme Lord said, Prahlad is thinking about everyone, so I cannot tolerate any harm to him. So when Nrsimha Bhagavan appeared and killed Hiranyakashipu, then also demigods came and they were offering all prayers to him and thanking him that very good you killed, now you'll get power. When they came, Nrsimha Bhagavan was angry on them also. They could not approach him. No one could pacify him. Why? He was angry because they did not go to pacify Prahlad Maharaj. They came to him. Prahlad Maharaj was oppressed and Hiranyakashipu wanted to kill and everything, but they did not go to pacify him because Krishna has love for his devotee, and they came to him and also with some personal interest. So he was angry on them also, Ghoraya. Then finally they sent Prahlad, and when Prahlad was in front of him, then he became Shantaya, peaceful and cool like ice. Before he was like fire and then he was peaceful. So Shantaya and Ghoraya, both are there, two demons and two devotees. And Nirvisheshaya, one who has no material specialities, no material attributes, but he has all transcendental qualities. And here Vishnu Chakuri is telling Jnana Ghanaya Cha, that is as Brahman. Ghana means condensed form. So it can be Brahman, but our Guru said Jnana Ghanaya, if you solidify Brahman, then he becomes Supreme Lord. Brahman is like liquid, but in thick form, that is Bhagavan. So because many different meanings can be had, even you will see sometimes Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur himself gives different options of possible meaning to one verse or one word like this, because Sanskrit and also that transcendental reality is unlimited, so many things can be there in one word or in one revelation, and that revelation has got no end. Yes. Kshetragyaya namastubhyam sarvadhyakshaya shakshine purushayatma mulaya mula prakritaya namah. I offer respects to the knower of the field, Paramatma, the monitor of all beings, the witness of all beings, the Purusha, the source of the Jiva, and Prakriti. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, 4 verses describe the Lord as Antarjami, realized by the yogis, that is Paramatma. The Lord knows the subtle and gross bodies of the Jiva. Gita says, Kshetragya chapi mam vidi. Know that I am also the knower of the field. The Lord is the source of the Jivas, the Angshi. Jivas are Angshas. He is the source of Prakriti, Mula Prakritaye. The words of the compound are reversed as in the word Rajadanta, king of teeth. Means this is Sanskrit grammar. Here, our Gurudev told, I am taking shelter of Supreme Lord who knows everything what is going on in me. Other demigods and other people, they don't know in what kind of suffering I am now. But Supreme Lord knows. He is within me. He is fully witnessing everything, and He is omnipotent, so only He can actually help me. Others, they cannot understand. Even sometimes we cannot understand fully what is going on. Anyhow, we cannot fully understand. But Krishna can fully understand. Like if one doctor does not know what is going in the body of that person, cannot properly diagnose, then he cannot properly treat also. But here, Gajendra is knowing, you know everything, what is going on. So you can actually rescue me. Others cannot. Also, I myself cannot rescue myself. That is why always we have to take shelter of Supreme Lord who is omniscient. We should not go by our own idea and calculation and all this. That will be faulty, limited. We have to take shelter of Supreme Lord and His representative bona fide Guru to be guided by them. Otherwise, we will commit mistakes and will increase the problems. Instead of solving, we will increase. And the Lord is the source of the Jivas, the Angshi. We hear that verse. Jatova imani bhutani jayante jeno jatani jivanti jat prajanti abhishang vishanti tat bijigya sasva tat eva brahma. From Taittiriya Upanishad, from whom all jivas are coming, by whom they are maintained, and into whom they will enter. He is Brahma, means Supreme Lord. And in the Gita, we also know that jivas are para-prakriti of Krishna, superior potency, and these material elements, 8, earth, water, fire, air, sky, mind, intelligence, and perverted ego, they are matter. That is apara prakriti, not superior, inferior, and superior to that is jiva. But both are prakriti, and he is purusha. He is the master. He is the source, and he is the controller. And there is another one, Devi Prakriti, also mentioned in Gita, that is divine nature, that is his internal potency. Those who will take shelter of that internal potency, they will always worship him. It is stated in Gita. So 3 potencies. We are marginal. We have to submit to his internal potency. Otherwise, we will be in Maya by his will. But jivas are animating this mind, dharjate jagat, when conditioned. But we have to, although they are of superior nature, but because of their aversion to Krishna, Maya overpowers them by the will of Krishna. That is inconceivable. In Bhagavatam you will find that is beyond logic. How one superior thing can be overpowered by inferior? Because it is empowered by Krishna, that Maya. And the root cause is our aversion to Krishna. But when we become inclined to serve Krishna, by the grace of his internal potency, personal associate, Sadguru, then our that consciousness will be diverted, and then immediately you will be liberated from Maya when you submit to Krishna. And immediately you will be in your natural function, that is unnatural. Sarvendriya gunodrashtre sarva pratyaya hetave asata chaya yoktaya sat abhasaya te namaha. I offer respects to the seer of all senses and sense objects, the revealer, the senses knowledge, who is inferred from the temporary material creation and who is visible to the devotees. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the Lord is the seer of all senses and sense objects. He possesses all the functions of the senses which reveal knowledge. Sarva pratyaya hetave. Guna prakashair anumyate bhavan. You are inferred by revelation of the senses. The Lord, the cause, can be inferred from the effect. The universe of Maya, which is like a shadow, which is temporary, asata. Yes. Brahma Samhita says, Chayeva yasya bhuvanani bibharti Durga. Durga maintains the world as your shadow. The material world is just like a pot which announces the skill of the potter. Here, our Gurudev explained that Gajendra is here very humble. He is telling, I am not a devotee, so I cannot directly perceive Supreme Lord. But by seeing how this material creation is nicely going on in a regulated manner, and then there are some things, from this I can infer that there must be some creator behind this, some force, some intelligence, something. Many people also, they accept that something is there, but they will not accept like as a personal God or something, because they cannot go so far. But they will also understand how this is going on. There must be some creator behind. Yes, our Gurudev also told that those who are atheistic scientists, they will say everything is like by coincidence, by chance. Something is going on and life comes in like this. Mechanically, everything is happening. But there was one philosopher, Burks, from France. He said no, that everything is happening mechanically. That explanation, that is not satisfactory explanation of life. There is some inner urge, some inner purpose, explosion of life. There is some purpose behind. Because of that, it is going on in this way. But he also could not fully understand everything, because by reasoning, you cannot come to actual vision, but some inference you can make, and some imagination by that inference. But when one has darshan, shastra, when one accepts shastra, then shastra is telling the truth. There is a potter, there is a creator behind, and everything is going by his will. And if you follow the instruction of shastra, then you can realize him also. Because our Gurudev was studying all Eastern philosophy and Western philosophy. Hegel, Kant, everything, got master degree, although this was not his favorite subject. Gurudev told, my favorite subject was mathematics. But because he became interested, his father ordered him that he should study more. So he thought, at that time already he was interested in knowing the truth. So he thought, okay, if I will study philosophy, then I can know more about this. So for that reason, he would accept this, and this also he mastered. And he can say all philosophies. Aristotle, all Greek, everyone. Hegel, German, English, French, all, and Eastern also. Confucius and well, so many there. But they are up to some point and something they can infer by reasoning. But Darshan Shastra, Gurudev told, that is different. Here they are trying in philosophy, love of knowledge. They try to determine the ultimate reality by reasoning and argument. But it is impossible, that is limited. Because intellect of a finite being is also finite, and they are temporary. And if ultimate reality is existing, it is always existing. So with this material sense organs, gross and subtle, you cannot know the eternal truth. But you have to find the way how to see that truth. That is Darshan Shastra. How to get revelation. So philosophy and Darshan Shastra are not same. But nowadays it is used to translate like that, philosophy. But the Gurudev said it is not same. Just the opposite. Here you are trying with material senses to determine the truth, and there it is not possible by material senses. When you submit by His grace with your eternal eyes, then you can see. But they also can get some hints that there is something beyond they got. Another version is Asati Achayayaktaya. I offer respects to the Lord who does not give shelter of his feet to the non-devotee. Or I offer respects to the Lord who is brilliant. So you see, different meanings can be had for this same Asat Achayayaktaya. Asata Chayayoktaya. According to Amar Kosh, that is one dictionary, the word Chaya means wife of the sun, beauty, reflection, and shade or shadow. Another meaning is I offer respects to the Lord who is visible, Abhasaya, to the devotees, though invisible, Achayaya, to others. Devotees, they can see him, although he is invisible to non-devotees. So I am offering my respects to him and taking his shelter. Namo namaste kila karanaya, nishkaranaya, adbhuta karanaya. Sarva gamam naya maharnavaya, namo pavargaya parayanaya. I offer repeated respects to the cause of everything, who has no cause, who is the astonishing cause without change, who is the great ocean of Pancharatra and Vedas, which prove his nature, who is the very forum of liberation, and who is the shelter of the greatest devotees. Vishnu Charitakura. Though the Lord is the material cause of the universe, he is astonishing because he does not transform in any way by being the material cause. Material cause means this material energy, like clay, which is the material cause of pot. So he is both. As his material energy, he is the material cause, but at the same time he is astonishing because he does not transform. This matter is transforming into this universe, but he does not transform, though he is material cause, because he is everything, achintya beda beda. And Mayavadis, they say, if you accept this, that this world is real, and this world is not different from Supreme Lord, because from Brahma, because in Vedanta Sutra you will have Shakti, Shakti Matura Bhed. There is no difference between Shakti and Shakti Matur, Shaktiman. So they give this argument that if we accept this, that this is creation is real, then Supreme Lord will also be transformed, but he is untransformable Brahma. So we cannot accept this as real. But Vyasadeva told no. Oh, yes, there is no difference between Shakti and Shaktiman, but at the same time there is difference. And even when the Shakti is being transformed, Shaktiman is not being transformed. And he gave that example of philosopher's stone, touchstone, Sparshamani. That stone, if you touch some iron, it will turn into gold, but he himself will be same. So even in material object, such power can be there, achintya. He is not transformed, but he can transform other things. Like that, Supreme Lord is the material cause, it is true. But he is also astonishing cause because he is not transformed, because he is also that. One is Nimitta Karan, one is, I forgot those Sanskrit words. Instrumental cause, that cause, and original cause, creator, supreme. Like potter, then earth is one cause, and also the wheel and rod, that is instrumental cause. So many causes. But without potter, nothing you can make. So Supreme Lord is that cause which is not transformed. From Bhagavatam, one verse. Dura vaboddha iva tavayam vihara yogoyat asharano sharira idam anavekshitasmat samavaya atmanaiva vikriyamanena sagunam aguna srijasi pasi harasi. It is difficult to understand that you, though engaged in pastimes in the spiritual world, without a material shelter, without actions in a material body, without the assistance of the devatas, without material gunas, create, maintain, and destroy the universe made of gunas without transformation of your swarup, though you are the material elements. You see, this is if one does not accept achintya veda veda tattva and does not understand by hearing from realized soul, then he will not be able to understand what Shastra means. He is matter, but he is not matter. That matter is transformed, but he is not transformed. But he is that matter. Then this is logical. Before you said he is everything and he is matter, he is material elements, and material elements are being transformed. We are seeing creation, maintenance, destruction, and then you are saying he is not transformed. This is confusing to us because we have to understand achintya veda veda and what is meant in each statement. That is why we have to hear Bhagavatam. We have to understand Bhagavatam by the explanation of a realized soul who sees the reality, direct perception of reality, so he can understand what here this is meant. So tomorrow we'll hear about Narottam Thakur and at the end Gajendra Moksha further.